What's happening, world? Be March Boxing, and we back at another boxing video. What's goody with y'all? Andy Ruiz, Charles Martin are supposed to be in an IBF final title eliminator. Both the guys former heavyweight world champions, Andy Ruiz and Charles Martin. The issue is, I just seen Charles Martin in an IBF eliminator versus Gerald Washington on the Deontay Wilder versus Fury rematch undercard. Okay, currently Charles Martin, I think, is ranked number two in the IBF rankings. Let me make sure. Let me see where they ranked in the IBF rankings right quick. IBF. These guys need to update their rankings. This IBF joint because they still have Charles Martin at number 11, Gerald Washington number 9, and they have Kubra Pulev as number 1 and Kawanaki number 3. But from this article I'm reading, this guy named Kabayal, or however you pronounce his name, Kabayal, the guy who beat Derek Chisora in Monte Carlo not too long ago, he's the number 3 rated fighter in the IBF rankings. Number 2 is Charles Martin. Uh, Number 4 is Alexander Usyk, and number 5 is Andy Ruiz. So they basically trying to move up. You know what I'm saying? The IBF rankings, they trying to move Andy Ruiz to the number 1 and 2 spot to fight Charles Martin. You know what I mean? I'm not mad at it one bit. If Caballero wants to protest, he has every right to, being the number 3 ranked. Alexander Usyk, I'm pretty sure he's not fussing about being number 4 or being jumped over by Andy Ruiz, who's number 5 for the title eliminator, because sooner than later he should get a shot at Anthony Joshua, who holds the WBO title. Okay, because he's ranked as he's basically an eliminator, or he's basically the mandatory for the WBO title, and he's just fighting the man Derek Chisora. He could lose his opportunity if he loses the fight. It's a risky fight, but I'm interested in it. You know, I think at this juncture of his path to the heavyweight title, the man Alexander Usyk is not really worried about rankings and stuff like that. You know, he actually wants to sharpen up his skill set and see where he really does fit in the heavyweight division by facing a formidable heavyweight French contender in the man Derek Chisora. You know what I mean? You check it. So Caballero might be a problem, but at the end of the day, Charles Martin is 28-2 with one draw and 25 KOs. Andy Ruiz is 33-2 with 22 KOs. You know what I mean? And they should be battling it out for IBF Eliminator to become the mandatory for Anthony Joshua. You know what I mean? Both guys are looking for another title shot. You know, Anthony Joshua has beat both guys, but the man Anthony Joshua has one loss, that June 1st loss to the man Andy Ruiz, where he battered him from pillar to post. You know what I'm saying? But he lost the rematch, lost all his titles just like that. You know what I mean? So, you know, Charles Martin is 33 years old. I'm not too sure how old the man Andy Ruiz is. I doubt he's 30 years old, you know what I mean? But should be a good one, you know what I mean? But I don't know when it'll happen, especially with this COVID-19 going on, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Kubra Pulev is fighting Joshua next. He's the IBF mandatory as we speak. So that fight's supposed to happen. Let's say it happens in July, God willing, with all this pandemic going on, man. It's really hard out here, man. It's not a game. But Anthony Joshua has to fulfill a WBO mandatory in the winner of Alexander Usyk versus Chisora. Let's say that happens by December latest. Then these two guys, they better fight sooner than later before the year ends. Charles Martin and Andy Ruiz, just so they can be in position for 2021. No excuses. Anthony Joshua, Let's get it popping. You know what I mean? Hellenius is now in the running for the WBA title because he beat Kawanaki, and I believe that fight was for a WBA mandatory. So he's in position for a fight as well. You know what I mean? Joshua got plenty of mandatories to fulfill, but that comes with the territory when you're a unified champion. You know what I mean? Just got to buckle down and do what you got to do. And if there's a mega fight on the horizon, then you and your promoters, you got to do what you got to do. If you have to pay anybody step aside money or find an opportune window to go ahead and get on a mega fight on, then so be it. But as of right now, as I make these videos, just like the last one I made, date and venues TBA. Nothing is set in stone. Even the last video I made, Zucam versus Warrington, it's not in stone. It's just they've agreed to terms, agreed to principles of meeting sometime in the summer. You know what I'm saying? It's not official. There hasn't been a press conference yet, and there's no venue yet. So same goes for this situation right here. But we'll be keeping a close eye, paying attention to see what's going to happen with these two PBC heavyweights, and we'll see who will come out on top. You know what I mean? To be a mandatory for Anthony Joshua's IBF title. B Marsh Boxing. What's up? Justin Ukiabala's in the chat. He says Andy is 30, just like Joshua. Okay, so he is 30. All right. Yes, indeed. Yeah. So I think it's a good fight. Two former world champions. Can't be mad at that. You know what I mean? Both guys have two losses on their resume. Nobody's perfect. So I think it's a good fight, and I'm looking forward to it. Big ups to Justin for coming through. Thanks a lot. Appreciate your contribution in the chat. Andy Ruiz is 30 years old. Charles Martin is 33. So hey, these guys got to get the ball rolling if they want to get another opportunity at becoming the heavyweight champion of the world. B Marsh Boxing. Leave your thoughts, and I'm gone. Peace.